Welcome to our very first campaign video. I'm Peg Luksik, Republican candidate for Lieutenant Governor in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Let me begin today by introducing myself. I was born in Alabama. My father was serving his country in the Army, was stationed in Huntsville, Alabama in the 1950s during the Korean War, and I was born while he was still in service. After he was done, we moved back to the Philadelphia area, which is where my family's originally from, and I grew up there. I went to college at Clarion State College, now university, and attended grad school there as well. After that, I taught outside of Erie in a tiny little town called Corey, married a guy from Pittsburgh, and eventually moved to Johnstown, where we raised our 6 children. I've taught everything from preschool through college in both special education and regular education settings. I was an advisor to President Reagan's Commission on the Family, where I worked specifically in the areas of adoption and welfare reform. In Pennsylvania, I served on the founding board of the Pennsylvania Leadership Conference and the Pennsylvania Family Institute, and was the strategist behind the passage of the Pennsylvania Homeschool Act. So if you homeschool your children in our state, you're quite welcome. In the 1980s, I founded a charity for single moms, helping them go back to school and finish their degrees, which was named a National Point of Light by President George Bush. For some years, I worked for the U.S. Department of Education, where my job was to review and evaluate education reform initiatives. That led to the war with outcome-based education, and I became one of the leading national opponents, literally traveling the country to fight against this federal encroachment on our education. For the past 5 years, I've been traveling fighting Common Core, which is kind of like outcome-based education reincarnated, working with state legislatures and the federal government to protect our children from this intrusive and experimental program. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the lieutenant governor's race itself, what it means to be a lieutenant governor, and why I'm running. Hope to see you then.